This is Megan from Gambling Insider, and I'll let you introduce yourself.
Max Wright, Chief Commercial Officer of IMG Arena.
Perfect. Thank you ever so much. We'll start off strong. You guys are at the forefront of golf betting. I think you guys, take quite a lot of pride in it. How important are the visual insights in golf betting? Because I think that's quite a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really important. So when we first looked at building a golf product that we thought would really change the landscape, the first thing we really landed on was that we needed to communicate what was happening on the golf course. So if you think about how complicated golf is, you have up to 70 golfers at a time, all playing on various different holes on the course. There's 7 to 8 kilometres worth of real estate that they're covering. It's very, very complicated. It's not like a basketball court. It's not like a football pitch where you can point a single video camera at the venue and the consumer can understand everything that's going on from that one shot or that range of different shots. So the challenge that we had to solve was, if you're going to be offering live shot-by-shot betting, how do you then key the consumer into what's happening on each hole for each player? And so that's where the idea of plotting the location of the golf ball on each golf hole came in. And we've already seen within golf broadcast, the idea of a shot tracer or a shot view was something that has been reasonably commonplace throughout golf broadcasting for a number of years. And we really built on that idea. So our golf event centre and the immersive visualisation takes metadata mapping of every single hole, so we're replicating individual trees in some instances from the look and feel, and then we're plotting over the top of that where each player is at each particular time, and we're giving information about the shot that they've got coming up. So if a player's in the middle of the fairway, we'll be giving information about the distance to the green, the lie conditions of where the ball's sitting, so whether it's in the fairway, whether it's in the rough. And then we're also providing alongside an intuitive betting UI, which is delivering contextual markets which are based upon the information that the visualization is showing. So as a product, the visualization element is key. It's key to understanding what's happening. And in lieu of having a live broadcast which gives you the ability to judge that for yourself, it's a very worthy surrogate. For us, the challenge there is really trying to bridge the gap between first and second screen. I think we traditionally think about broadcast as being first screen, but in this instance, really, you could argue that the Golf Event Centre becomes almost like a first screen experience itself.
Individual trees, that's intense. That is
It's a labour of love to design each golf course down to that level, but yeah, it can be done, and it replicates really well, actually. Yeah. And then you can toggle through and you can search, so you can effectively adopt any camera angle within a 360 view, and you can zoom in and out from your mobile phone. You can pinch in and out, so it's really user friendly.
Oh my God, that's incredible. You know what, and that's leading on to the next question. You've spoken about AI a couple of times.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to change the industry, and how do you think IMG is going to use it?
Well, we're already using it in a number of different products. I think where we're using it at the moment is to help enhance things that would be otherwise quite manual to do. So I'll give you an example of that again to do with our golf product. But I mentioned when talking about the immersive visual experience, that we have information on every shot. Now, if a shot is, let's say, for example, Rory McIlroy has a 7-iron in his hands and he has 170 yards to go to the green, the AI commentary tool that we have that powers all of our AI commentary for our golf product can then give some qualitative judgment as to how that shot ranks against other shots that other players have made in this particular round, on this particular day, or in the tournament as a whole, or indeed going back over the course of history. So the text commentary can pull out snippets of information, say Rory's on the 15th with a 7-iron in his hand, he's got 170 yards over water. Only 30% of the players today with this shot have made the carry over water, but Rory's made this shot 99% of the times he's had this throughout the course of his playing career. Now that's something that a statistician could very, very quickly look up, but in real time Rory's already taken the shot before they've actually got that information and input the data. So that's where we're leaning on the AI, because it can quickly pull all of the information that we've got and then pull out snippets of information and then add that contextual bridging information to hang it together as a piece of narrative which the consumer can understand. So we're dropping in little elements of AI to help us tell the story in the moment, because we can't possibly do things that quickly.
No, that's fascinating. I love that. That makes it a very cohesive customer experience, don't you think?
Yeah, precisely. Well, it adds. I mean, it seems silly to say when we're talking about AI, but it actually adds a sort of human quality. If you're narrating the information rather than just presenting it, it feels more authentic, and that's all driven by AI.
Wonderful. Let's see. It's been a year since you acquired Leap Gaming. How did Leap Gaming integrate into your portfolio?
Well, it's been a year since we acquired Leap, but actually we've been working with Leap under a commercial strategic partnership for about 5 years now. So really Leap has been a vital part of our business for a long period of time. We've worked with them on distributing the Leap portfolio to our customers. And really where we see the value in the Leap acquisition is in bringing rights holder content to the virtual and vintage sports product offering with as many different rights holders as we can. So I'll give you an example of that. A couple of years ago, prior to the acquisition, we launched with Leap Gaming a product called EuroLeague Legends, and that takes the EuroLeague basketball's broadcast footage, historical broadcast footage from their archives, and then we splice that together to create a vintage sports product that offers a betting component, so you can bet on which team is going to score the next basket, and then you will be fed a broadcast clip of one of the famous teams in question hitting a basket from some period in time over the EuroLeague over the EuroLeague back catalogue, over the EuroLeague history, and that product has resonated really well with fans. So we saw about 2.5 times the turnover on that product versus similar virtual basketball products. So we know that the method of bringing in rights holder IP and having that official tie-up with the rights holder, and if you can present the product in a really neat and innovative way, that really does resonate with virtual sports fans. And so we're always talking with any rights holder partner, if we're talking with them about potentially distributing their data rights or working with them on aspects of their content portfolio in the betting space, we're always talking about whether there's a tie-up there using a vintage or a virtual sports IP relationship as well.
Wonderful. You know what? That leads us into the next question, kind of. It's the event centres, the event hubs. Yeah. Did they come about because the sports themselves lead themselves to the event hubs, or was it more that the customers kind of fed themselves to the event hubs? Like, which kind of direction did you approach it from?
I think it's a mixture of both, really. I mean, when I mentioned the golf event centre, I think the direction of travel that we always try and think about is how can we elevate the experience and enhance the experience from being simply a second screen experience to be something that is equivalent to a first screen experience. And so when you're trying to do that for any sport or any competition within a sport, you're really trying to evaluate what the broadcast experience is like and what would work well as a companion digital experience. You're also then evaluating the range of different assets that you can potentially use to bring the product to life. So are there things like player and ball tracking data? We have a computer vision solution with our Signality business, and we're collecting player and ball tracking data all the time. So those are things that we can draw upon within our own solution to then create more immersive data sets which can then be visualized. But you do, I think, need to have a real understanding of what the consumer is looking to gain in terms of additional information. Is there any additional context that you can provide them that they can't get from the broadcast? And then in lieu of a broadcast, if there isn't an audio-visual offering available, let's say, for example, a rights holder doesn't offer any of their content for streaming purposes in a particular territory, can you offer an event center experience that provides them with that surrogate for the live event. So that's something that we're always trying to think about, and we've done that really successfully in golf. We've done it really well with the UFC, which obviously is a brand that is within the Endeavour family, and we're always looking to do it with other sports and competitions, and we've recently launched one with the MLS in North America as well.
Fascinating. My final question is a bit of a curveball, so I hope you don't mind. On your website, you spoke about the women's sports and how they have a kind of chance for better monetization going forward. Can you talk to me about that?
Well, I mean, IMG Arena consider ourselves world leaders in the distribution of women's sports content within the sports betting sector. We work with 34 different federations who we license women's sports content from. And in many ways, we don't see it as any different from any of the men's sports competitions that we license. It's high quality professional sport, it times really well, consumers want to bet on it, and it's just part of the professional sports portfolio that we offer. So, I'll give you an example of that. When we first started working with the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour, the very next call that we made was to the LPGA to see if we could work with them on licensing their rights as well. So when we thought about the golf product that we were launching, it was a product for the whole of golf, not just for the men's competitions. And this is the same right the way through all of our soccer portfolio, all of our tennis portfolio. Within tennis, we've always licensed men's and women's competitions together. In soccer, we've recently done deals with the APL and with Football Australia. Both of those deals contain men's and women's competitions as part of the core offering. So there really is no difference for us. And obviously the benefit then from a rights holder point of view is there are revenues flowing back to the rights holder which can be distributed to all of the different competitions, be it men's or women's, within their control.
Perfect. I really love to hear it. I really like that answer. Is there anything else you would like to say before we finish off?
No.
Perfect. Thank you ever so much. This has been Megan from Gambling Insider.